Hello, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going over the last video I'm going to make on Donald Trump's pathway to 270 electoral votes, re-electing him President of the United States. Now, obviously, he's going to need to carry the safe 125 electoral votes, or at least most of these by a safe margin. He probably won't carry most of them by a safe margin. I say that, I'll explain it in a second, but he's going to need these 125 electoral votes, no matter if one of them goes. I'm sure almost every single other state on here will go blue. If Missouri goes blue, every other unfilled state on here will go blue. That's 413 electoral votes. Now Biden's even within margin to carry South Carolina. That's dangerous for Trump. However, he probably will not win South Carolina. I'm not even going to go into why he probably won't. Everyone knows he probably won't. Even though it's a blue trending state, it will not go blue this election. It went to Trump by 15 points. I'm not going to get into that, even though I just did a little bit. Now let's go into the states that Donald Trump cannot win and does not need for 270 electoral votes. See, as you can see, Maryland, all these northeastern states, and then the West Coast, Maine's first district. I would say it would help him a lot to take one of these three states I just pulled, or four, five. It would help a lot if he carried any of these Clinton states. However, he has not gained support in any of them. If anything, he's losing in most of them. Oh, he's losing in all of the Clinton states. Nevada is the best shot he has, so I'm not going to fill in Nevada as blue. But I do think it's too late for him to win in Colorado, New Mexico, Virginia, New Hampshire, and Maine. It's definitely too late. New Hampshire, I think he could take down to a lean margin, which would flip-flop a lot of the other states as well. Oh, he also Trump cannot win Illinois, obviously. Now let's start with the most important state for Trump to win, which is Texas. If he loses Texas, it's all over. If he loses Texas, it's done. Now, if Biden literally took Texas and Pennsylvania, but lost Minnesota and Nevada, he would win exactly 270 electoral votes. This is like a 5% chance of happening. This could happen. It will not happen, but it could. Now, Trump definitely needs Texas to win the election, as with its almost 40 electoral vote prize, similar to Florida with its almost 30 electoral vote prize. He needs Florida. It's one of his home states. Florida is a huge prize on election night, and if he loses Florida, that's like losing Pennsylvania and to South Carolina. Or I'm trying to think of it. That's like losing Pennsylvania and Colorado. I'm sorry, it's like a two-state. It's basically the margin of two states, not margin. I keep stuttering whenever I talk about Florida, but Florida needs to go red for Donald Trump. Even if Florida and Texas go red in this scenario, he still doesn't even have 200 yet, and he more than likely will not carry Montana, Utah, Kansas, Missouri, Indiana, South Carolina, Mississippi, Louisiana. Oh, well, he'll probably carry Louisiana by over a safe margin if he wins. But in Alaska, also Hawaii's blue. But he's gonna need. He can't campaign in these states because why would he? It's just he's slowly losing a grip. But maybe he would lose one or two of them if the election was for another like year and a half. However, the election is not in a year and a half. It's in 5 days, and there's no way why would he even try? I shouldn't even get into why he should not try to win a safe red state. I'm just saying they're going to be a little bit closer than last election. And in any scenario where he wins, he'll most likely be down more than he won by in almost every red state, some more than others. That's why some are marked as likely. Now, Donald Trump is going to need Georgia. He held Georgia. If he lost to Georgia and Florida, he would have lost the election. If he lost, trying to think. I don't know. Literally, if Trump won every swing state except for Pennsylvania and Ohio, he would have lost. That's another thing I'm going to lead on to. Georgia is a pretty good amount of a prize, but it's as of now, it's probably going to go blue. The last like 40 polls have Biden leading by like up to 6 points, which is ridiculous considering it went to Trump by around 6 points. However, Georgia, with all the protests, the Black Lives Matter stuff, Georgia having record turnouts, the competitive Senate races reflecting upon the uh, presidential race, and the demographic changes in the Sun Belt as a whole. Besides Alabama, the only state that's not changing in the Sun Belt, because it's Alabama. You're not going to expect it to change. Um, and no Republican has ever won the White House without Ohio, simply because if Ohio falls, it votes nationally. It's voted every election right for the past like 60 years. And if Ohio falls, it's a domino effect. It's going to make Georgia, probably Florida, Texas at this point. Not Texas or Georgia. I don't know why I said that. But if Ohio falls, Florida will fall, North Carolina will fall. Actually, probably Georgia will fall. Iowa might fall, considering Biden's leading there and losing in Ohio. It's just a domino effect state, and it tends to it always votes with the winner. Now, that will probably change this time around, because I do think he will win Ohio by a tilt margin, but he more than likely will carry it no matter how small the margin is. Now, he needs Iowa. I know it doesn't seem like that much, but it's also another domino effect state, mainly because the Rust Belt tends to trend with the national vote, usually. Just a little bit more blue than the national vote, except for 2016, because Trump won 3 of these 4 states left up in the Rust Belt. But Iowa is going to need to go to Trump. I shouldn't have to explain why. Biden's leading here by 2 points, though, and Trump, it does have a bad approval here. I still think he will somehow take the win here. I know it doesn't show in any way that he will win in Iowa, but I do think he will win in Iowa. He won the state by 9 points, and that's what I'm going off of. He's not lost over 10 points of support in Iowa, already a toss-up state. No way 1 in 10 people has changed their minds. I think it's almost physically impossible that Iowa will go blue. Now, if it goes blue, then I will delete my channel. Probably shouldn't have said that, but I will. I will delete my channel if Iowa goes blue. Now, North Carolina also needs to go to Trump. I think he can carry Texas and Ohio and Iowa by a lean margin, by the way. But no, North Carolina needs to go to Trump, simply because even with all these other states that are going red, I have already marked, he still needs 23 more electoral votes. He's definitely going to need to keep North Carolina. And it's not too hard to do, considering he won it by almost 3 times the amount he won Florida by. However, North Carolina only has half the votes. It's still a pretty big prize on election night. It's literally bigger than Colorado and New Mexico combined. It's Colorado and Nevada combined, basically. And that might not seem like a lot because they're small electoral vote states, but any state with 10 or more electoral votes is pretty big, considering there's 50 states and you only need 27 out of 10 to do it. I'm not going to get into a math lesson here, though. I do think that it is too late for Trump to win Nebraska's 2nd district. I do not think that he will win it. I think it's only too late, probably because he left thousands in the cold. And I don't know, a lot of people might think that might have shown his disrespect. I'm not going to say that's true, because I don't think it was his fault that they got left, but it does put a bad image on him for the state of Nebraska, which is already technically a battleground state right now. Nebraska at large is polling as a battleground state. 6 points. That's less than the lead Joe Biden has in Michigan, which I do not think that Trump can win. I think it's too late for him to win in Michigan as well. See, Michigan will probably, if Trump wins, will definitely be a tilt margin. And that's it. I think Donald Trump has definitely lost 4 and 1,000 people, because he won it by 0.3, and it's like 100. 10 times 100, which is 1,000. So that means 4 and 1,000 people need to change their minds. And 4 and 1,000 people that voted for Trump need to change their minds in Michigan. And Michigan will go blue. That's it. 4 and 1,000. That's 0.4. That's it. No, Michigan will probably almost definitely at least go lean blue. But in a case where he would win, it would probably go tail blue, considering how unlikely it is. In order to win, he's also going to need Arizona, sorry, I'm listening to people outside of my room. Arizona, he's going to need to hold on to, which is seeming a little bit more likely and likely. Same with Pennsylvania, that will put him over the 270 electoral college mark. Although if he wins Arizona and Pennsylvania, he'll probably win Nevada as well. See, I'm going to explain all of these three in one. Pennsylvania, because he's using fracking and gaining a lot of support back in Pennsylvania, he needs to pull what he did in 2016 and get the last moment twist. Nevada, Biden is losing Latino support until Kamala Harris was picked vice president, but then he started losing Latino support again. Nevada is a not so good polling state for Biden right now. It's polling even less than uh, Hillary won. Hillary won it by. However, it does tend to. Actually, no, it's not. It's not polling less, but it's polling. If the polling was accurate, it would be less than Hillary won it. It's not the polling. The polling average is better. It's like 6 points. However, in the past few polls, Biden's been up by 1. That's it. If I don't know why Trump is not campaigning in Nevada. It's not too late for Nevada. He can definitely rank up Latino support in Nevada. It's something that he's going to need to look for. If he loses Iowa, which he's losing in, he is more likely to win Nevada than he is Iowa, statistically wise right now. Not historically, but statistically. Wisconsin, I think he can carry down. I think he can carry down states like this. However, I believe this is his way to get to 270 electoral votes. Definitely, and he does not need. He can afford to lose Nevada or Arizona, but he needs to carry at least one of them. Or actually, he doesn't need Nevada at all. But if he loses Nevada and Arizona, which are probably gonna, if Arizona goes right, I'm sure Nevada will. It's not that far-fetched if you think about it. I'm sorry for ranting and then cutting off and then ranting and then cutting off. However, I'm just trying to do my job here. This is Donald Trump's pathway to 270 electoral votes. Now, I'm going to make a video about Joe Biden's pathways, plural, in a minute. So, I'll see you guys in a bit.